I remember the first time my child tried to speak to us, because my son looked at my wife and he was like, Mama. I corrected him. I was like, no, it's mother. And then he said, Papa. And I was like, no, it's God. Sometimes you don't know what's wrong with your kids, like especially when they're babies and you're young parents, you know. Clap if you have children. Who has children? So let's talk about those dream killers. Once my child, he was crying, like he was a baby, he was crying for like 3 days in a row. And then we understood, we're like, oh, he needs water. And it's hard to have a romantic life, you know, like when you're a young parent. So if we want to have like a quickie, we go the Mexican style, we just throw them a soccer ball, you know. But if you want a whole night of romance, you go the French style, you give them a big glass of wine. It works every time. Now, I guess you have to be a father or a mother to understand what it is to be a parent, because when I saw the pregnancy, I really respect women at a different level. Like what you guys go through is completely insane, you know? When my wife got pregnant for the first time, we started having the same symptoms. It's true. Like, she felt weird, I felt weird. She was really moody, and I couldn't stand her. And then she felt she was getting fat. And I felt she was getting fat. You know? But to celebrate on the first trimester, we decided to go to France. Aww, what a bad idea. We went to France, and over there, she ate something wrong, and she got sick. We had to go to the pharmacist, and the pharmacist was so French, you know. And my wife, she was like, I'm going to go practice my French. And I was like, don't practice here. She still went and she was like, to the pharmacist, she was like, moi, pregnant, pills, oui. And the pharmacist's exact words, if I can translate, she was like, Ma'am, it's too late for plan B. True story. On the second trimester, we met our midwife. And for some reason, our midwife was very like scary looking. Like, And one day she looked at me and she was like, you know, you can tell me anything. You will never offend me. So I was like, did you eat all the babies? On the last trimester, we realized that my son was breech. He was in the wrong way, right? My poor wife, she tried everything to flip the child, you know, like acupuncture, yoga, chipotle. But that kid was not going to flip, and I realized this kid is being an arrogant prick. He's not even born yet. For the first time in my life, I had competition. There's been so many lies in the last 3 years, that I had to come up with a new chord, the lying chord. Yeah, very important, the lying chord. My son, he asked me, he said, Dad, what is lying? I was like, do you remember when I told you you were the most important thing in the world? Do you remember when they said they were going to have like weapons of mass destruction in Iraq? And then my wife came and she said, do you remember when I told you he was your son? You guys are a fantastic audience, I would say. I hate that joke because I love my wife and my kids, but you guys keep on laughing. If you like this special, please like, comment, and share. Otherwise...